Hi everyone, welcome back to Lawrence Lou TV. My name's Nicole and today we're somewhere a little bit different. We're in Cambridge, bright and early, and we've got a very special guest. We've got Sam Dakin, a very good friend of mine, Olympic track cyclist and businessman. Welcome, Sam.
Kia ora. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, what lessons from your athletic career do you find most valuable in your business endeavours?
I think there's many. I think one, it transcends into business, but two, it transcends into life more around what you learnt in sport. And I think the key ones are just basically rolling with the punches, I guess. Like sport, you have a lot of small wins and not very big ones very often. I think that's very true in business, is like you're planning a long way ahead, and it's the same in Olympic sports. You're planning in 4-year cycles, and in business you're doing similar things, but along the way you're looking for those smaller victories to help you kind of figure out where you're going and are you hitting those goals. And I think that's what I learned a lot, is how do you goal set, and how do you short-term goal set and long-term goal set, and how do you roll with the times where you miss those goals or make them, and how do you celebrate those victories. I think it's really important.
Of course, yeah. And can you elaborate on what motivated you to create Podium and how it's impacted the lives of athletes?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was our coach at the time actually that kind of identified a gap, particularly here in Cambridge, that there was all these athletes kind of taking on the high performance world and lifestyle, but there wasn't much more structure going on outside of that. And we know that one of the largest contributors to kind of athlete kind of mental health issues or lack of well-being is that piece outside of sport and what they do when they leave. So Callum and I kind of put our heads together, and the practical solution to that was kind of building some sort of recruitment platform and company that would help athletes find those jobs, one, throughout their career, but two, when they retire as well. And to date, it's kind of helped 25 athletes in a multitude of roles, whether it be part-time, casual or full-time.
And how do you manage your time effectively, and what tips could you offer to others who are looking to pursue dual careers?
I think the first thing is just start. I think I've become really good at just going. Like I've never been scared of giving something a crack and it not working. Probably since we're at school together, I was always the same. So I think that's always been the number one key for me, is just get going. Like if you can do that, it'll get hard and you won't know the answers along the way, but at least you've got momentum.
Yeah.
And then just having a calendar on my phone, like practical things like managing your time and being efficient with the time you do have. Saying no to things is important, but takes a long time to learn. And then you've kind of just got to rank what's going to be effective in that day. Is it meaningful? Does it add value to where we're going? Or would it just be something that would take away from the time or investment that I've got? And for me, it's also about prioritising recovery as well between sessions. So I'll use moments where I'm happy to have a busy day and to pack it out and to get a lot done. But there'll be other times where it's just block out that day, say no, and prioritise that sport thing. And that'll go in waves. We're leading into Olympic year next year. I look to dial everything back a bit and put in, people or processes in place to help me do that.
And what have been some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your entrepreneurial journey, and how have you overcome them?
Podium and the coffee are quite different. Like the coffee, to an extent, is a large e-commerce game online. That's a very competitive platform, something I don't have experience in. So trying to learn how to leverage there, figure out what Facebook ads are, figuring out should you spend money and where should you spend it. Those have been big practical challenges. And then on the Podium side of things has been, attracting athletes to the platform and helping them to understand, while sport's important, like why does something outside of that add value? And one, if that does add value, well, where should they go and what industry should they go into? So I think it's those communication pieces that have been hard, and there'll be many more challenges. It's still early days, but I think you just roll with the punches, and somewhere there is a solution. But my thing is just keep turning up, keep trying.
Keep going.